Hello, I'm Rudy Volkman, and I'm here to talk about the last two things I do having installed a brand new blade into a weapon. They involve a bend and, for a foil, some tape. Not everyone agrees that a bend is necessary, but almost all fencers fence with a little bit of a bend in their blades. A foil blade is allowed to have a bend of as much as 1 centimeter measured in the center of the blade. They used to be 2 centimeters. Epee is allowed to have 1 centimeter, and Saber, of all things, is allowed to have 4 centimeters of bend in their blades. In any event, I'm going to show you how to put a bend in a blade. It involves drawing the blade under your foot with some pressure. You don't want to go too fast or too hard because you can actually heat the blade to the point where you start interfering with the gluing process. Also, when I buy a blade, I never have tape on it, and if it comes with tape, I take the tape off, because otherwise the tape interferes with my ability to put a proper bend in the full course of the blade, which is necessary. So it looks like this. And there's a little bit of a bend in the blade. I'd like a little bit more on this side. And there we have, if you look down the blade, just enough of a bend in the blade that it makes it comfortable to fence with. Having put a proper curve into the blade, the last thing I do is install the tape, which is required both by the rules and by common sense. The rule is there because you don't want this piece of any piece of this barrel to touch the opponent's lame before depressing the tip, because touching the opponent's lame with any part of your blade will short it out, which means, of course, that you can't score. The rules call for 15 centimeters of insulation. They don't actually call for tape, but it's what everybody uses. 15 centimeters is almost exactly 6 inches. Most tape is this wide, and for that reason, you need to put the tape a little bit up on the barrel itself. Draw it cleanly down using your thumb or finger. Go around face by face, putting the tape securely on the blade. Like so. That leaves the end free so you can take it off to adjust the tip screws or do anything else that you want to with the barrel without taking all the tape off. It's kind of a handy thing. You can also simply take off the tape to indicate that that's a blade that needs some work. Now, as I mentioned, you don't want the barrel to be able to touch the opponent's lame, so it's important that you put this exactly just to the edge of the barrel. And you don't want any more tape than necessary, because if you have too much tape, then the diameter increases to the point where some of the weapons testing devices will actually stick. So here we have a blade with a proper bend and the proper amount of tape. Thank you for watching, and I'll be back at some point with some more videos.